Okay, y'all, it's been a long time. Your girl Sarah's back on the beat, beat. As y'all can see right now, I am at work, but that ain't gonna stop me from dropping. Y'all, we need to have a serious talk. It's time for a life update. I have literally been going through a lot, okay? I've been trying to focus on myself, right? Because I've been gaining weight, like, for real. Like, oh, is that makeup? Oh my God. So, I just need to do a life update, y'all. Number one, let's start with what's been happening, okay? So, we're going to have a story time, talk time, ladies time, okay? Let's talk. So first, y'all, I don't know what's up with these teachers in these schools nowadays, in today's generation. I don't remember our schools going through this, or our teachers or us going through this, like, ever, right? So basically, y'all, remind me of my donuts, okay? Because I'm hungry. So basically, y'all, it was so crazy. So my son was at school, right? I'm gonna start with my son, then I'll get to my daughter later. My oldest son, he's 13, okay? He been going through some stuff at school, right? He been, y'all, so he called me, right? And he said, Mama, I'm getting picked on at school, right? I said, what they doing? He said, they doing a lot, they just picking on me. So he got off the bus one day, and a group of boys had grabbed his backpack and started ripping it apart and throwing his stuff around. You know what I'm saying? It was just being rude. And I'm just like, what the heck? Oh yeah, y'all, make sure you subscribe. Hit that bell. Don't play. Hit that bell. Okay? Because we gonna talk. We talking over here. All that. Anyway, so yeah, he was saying that these boys were bullying him and being mean to him and shit like that, right? And so I was like, okay, what happened? Like, what's going on? He said these boys would slap him across his head, like, and slap his neck, like, pow, like his back, like with their back hand, like, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day type stuff. They'll blame stuff on him. They'll be like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And I'm like, well, what do you do? He's like, I don't do nothing because I don't want to get in trouble. Boy, you ain't gonna get in trouble. If you see a group of boys picking on you, messing with you, you are not gonna get in trouble by me and Dad. Now, if he was disrespectful to a teacher or talking back, skipping school, then yes, you in trouble. But for fighting because somebody messing with you, or they hitting you, they're physically hitting you, I tell my kids all the time, if somebody physically hitting you, you are to have each other's back and fight back. I don't give a damn. Fight back. You know what I'm saying? So I was explaining that to him, like, you won't get in trouble over here, you better fight back, right? That's my oldest son. I'm my 13-year-old, right? So the boys got caught in the action, okay? Because on the bus, they had ripped up his backpack and all that other stuff, and he went home and he was like kind of upset and stuff, and he called me and told me what happened and stuff. So I told him, I was like, you better start fighting back. But they got caught anyways at school, and the principal had to change his classrooms, like had to change his class schedule up. I've been seeing if they still messing with him, but no, he's doing good so far. So that's the first incident, right? I'm glad that the school took full force with it and did something about it, and you know, all the other stuff, right? I was satisfied with it, right? So my next son, okay, he is 10, okay? But as y'all see on if y'all go to our family channel, the Reed Family of 7, if y'all go over there, y'all gonna see David. He is very small, y'all. He is very small. He's very, like me, I'm short. I'm only 5'1". So he's really short and skinny. He's really skinny, right? But he fights his brothers all day. That's why I was so confused, because he fights his brother. When I tell y'all he fight his brothers all the time. So He comes home. I mean, he calls me, y'all. Not a teacher. Let's get this cleared up. A teacher didn't call me. My son called me. I mean, it was from a teacher's phone, but my son called me, and he's like, "Hello, Mom," and I'm like, "Yeah, Davelyn, what's up?" And I was like, "What'd you do?" Because I normally, be expecting him to do something, but he didn't. So I was like, "Yeah, what'd you do?" And he was like, "Nothing, Mom." He was like, "I got into a really bad fight," and I'm like, "What?" He said, "I'm on his teacher's phone right now," and I'm like, "Okay." His teacher didn't talk at all, like no talking. So no talking, right? No talking at all. His teacher didn't come to me and say like, "Hey, this is an incident that happened." Nothing. The teacher didn't even talk. It was my son, and he basically telling me like, he's like, "Mom, this happened, that happened." Okay, so what he said was, he's like, "Mom got into a fight," and I was like, "Okay, what happened?" And he was like, "This little boy was picking on me," and I was like, "Does he pick on you all the time?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I had a hint something was going on at school because he was acting out a lot in class, but I didn't know. But so anyway, anywho, they call and he's like, "I've been being picked on by this little boy." This little boy is way bigger than him. For a 4th grader, he's bigger than him, right? So he's like, "I'm being picked on." The little boy keeps picking on me. I don't know why. He's like, so I got really frustrated and I kicked him. And I was like, "Where were y'all?" He said, "We went to gym, to enrichment class." So they were in gym at this time, okay? So he kicked him because he got frustrated. I mean, if you're telling the teachers constantly, because I asked him, I said, "Did you tell the teacher?" He said, "Yes." If you're telling the teachers constantly, "Hey, this little boy's picking on me, this little boy picking on me," and they're like, "Oh, well, sit down. Oh, well, like, hey, y'all stop," and not doing nothing about it or not taking any actions, most kids is going to take into their own hands, okay? We're talking about kids. We're not talking about adults. We're not talking about responsibilities. We're not talking about all that. We're talking about pure fucking kids, right? So my son literally kicked him, right? So he's like, "Ugh," right in the knees, right? The little boy got mad. He triggered it, yes. So the little boy got mad and attacked Davelyn, right? Started beating him up, like wailing on him, like punching him in the face, kicking him, had him on the ground, pulling his hair. And my poor little baby was in a little ball, like trying to protect himself the best way he can, screaming and stuff like that. And then he said that he got up, he was bleeding, and he ran out, right? So he ran out of the gym. Okay, so he said that he ran out the gym. He hurried up and ran out the gym and was crying, y'all. Like, crying. Like, he was just like, ugh. So he said that he started running down the hallway, trying to get away, crying. He said, "I was really, really mad, Mom." He said, "I was bleeding." And he was like, and then the teacher had caught me and pulled me into her room. I was like, "What teacher?" He was like, "My teacher," which I know his teacher's name, but because this is YouTube, I can't say it, right? So he was like, then she pulled me into her office or her room to calm me down, and so now I'm calling you. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, where was the coach during this incident? He tells me the coach was sitting there laughing about it, like hee hee ha ha, this is funny type stuff. So when I talked to my oldest son, Devon, I was like, "Devon, where were you?" He was like, "Mom, I was in class. He's 4th grade, I'm 5th grade." So I'm like, okay. So he was like, I really don't know what happened. He was like, "But every time there is a fight in gym, or if we're like fighting, the coach always says like, oh, y'all old enough to handle it, like work it out." First of all, coach, let me tell you something. You are not Floyd Mayweather, okay? This is not MMA, okay? This is not a boxing ring, okay? This is not karate, okay? I do not send my kids to go to learn at Chopsticks Karate Learning Center. No, okay? This is a whole elementary school. If I wanted to send my kid to Chopsticks Learning Karate School, I'll take them, okay? So I'm like, why would he say something like that, right? So when my son came back and told me that he was just sitting there laughing about it, it ticked me off. Now I'm a mad baby bear. I'm a mama bear. I'm a mad mama bear, right? So of course I called the school. And then I woke up my son to go to school this morning. I'm like, "Baby, get up. Come on, we gotta go to school." He was like, "Mommy, my body hurt. My body hurt." yeah, you just got beat up, son. You gonna hurt, you know what I'm saying? He had like a little bruise like right here. So I was like, okay, I'll let you stay home. So he slept in this morning, stayed with daddy or whatever. But still, you know, like, what the heck? What's wrong with these schools, right? I'm gonna get down to what I really gotta say, right? So I called the school this morning, okay? I called them. This is how it happened yesterday, okay? So I called the school, and I'm like, I need to talk to a counselor, principal, whoever. You know, like, we gotta get down to this. So the principal, not the head principal, but the assistant principal, Miss can't say her name, calls me back, and she's like, hey, I wasn't here yesterday. What happened, Miss Reed? Like, what's going on? Da, 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 da. And I told her the same exact thing I'm telling y'all. And I'm like, you know what? I was like, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're living in the 2022s, not in the 1980s, not in the 70s, not in the 60s, not in the 50s. We're living in the 2022s, okay? These kids are grown. I don't care what age they are. They could be in, the pimple's still there. They could be in 5th grade, 4th grade, 3rd grade. They grown. They know more than what we knew back in the day, okay? So these kids are willing to do whatever they gotta do. They taking knives to school. They taking guns to school. They sharpening up their pencils, boo. Like, they doing jail time. Like, you know what I'm saying? They making weapons. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they in jail or something. So I'm like, if you have, you know, like, you have a coach there, you have a teacher there, standing there, watching the whole thing happening, and he's laughing and joking about it, and like, oh, well, handle your own, you know, boys are boys, kids are kids. Yeah, okay, I get that. Boys are boys, kids are kids. But I say that to my own kids. You know what I'm saying? My 2 boys are fighting. I'm like, they boys. They gonna fight. But my son is fighting a random little boy. You know what I'm saying? That little boy something could trigger him. He can get a pencil. He can stab my son. Or, Lord behold, my son may, you know, get mad or stab him with something. And then y'all gonna be looking and be on the news and be like, oh my God, where did we go wrong? What you mean where you went wrong? It's always that one dummy teacher that didn't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? If you see a kid getting bullied in school, do something about it. That's the problem with today's generation. That's the problem with today's school district. I don't think the schools really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, teachers be like, oh, I love my job. I love my educational job. Da, 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 da. Okay, educational job come with more than just teaching. It come with protection. We send our kids to go to school for protection. We expect y'all to protect, love, and care just as well as we do. And y'all just careless. Like, you know, whatever. No, it don't work out like that. What is y'all problem? Like, that's why you see these little school shootings, and you see these you know, you see all this stuff on the news, right? You see all this stuff, and they'll be like, I'm glad my kid don't go to that school. Better not. No, it's because of how the school districts are. They're careless. They're careless at this point. Anything could have happened. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel me on this? Let's move on to the next one. My daughter. Okay, my daughter about to be 16. Okay. She goes to school. A situation happened, okay, with her friend. And I get it. She was trying to be there for her friend. But like I tell her all the time, girl, mind your business. You know what I'm saying? Mind your business. You know? If it ain't got nothing to do with you and Leah was not named in it, if you didn't hear somebody say Leah said or Leah did or Leah, ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your business and keep on rolling. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. She was trying to be there for her friend. Okay, cool. So she was trying to be there for her friend. She helped her friend out. But then it backfired. You know what I'm saying? Like, her friend wound up being in the wrong of a situation. It almost had her and her friends, you know, it was like 4 of them, almost got jumped by 10 girls. Y'all, 10 girls over some petty stuff. Can't talk about it because I ain't talking about nobody else's kids, okay? I'm just talking about mine, okay? So Of course, the principal finds out. The principal is like, hey, come pick up your kids to avoid a jump because they're talking about jumping these kids and So Leah's like, Mom, they're talking about jumping and it's only 3 of us against 10 and So we had to go pick her up, have a pet talk with her about minding her business. Mind your business, stay in your place. And if it ain't got nothing to do with you, stay out of it. If they didn't say Leah, stay out of it, okay? So the little girl, I guess, came and finally tried to confront Leah. And Leah's like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. And she wrote up on Leah in the classroom. And so when someone, they get the arguing and stuff like that. During the argument, y'all, the teacher, another teacher, let's talk about these teachers again. The teacher sitting there recording the whole argument, right, between Leah and the girl. Right, they in each other's face. Like, I was like, Leah, how close we are? She's like, we were so close, we would like spit on each other. And I'm like, oh Lord, did you have your mask? And the most she want to say is, no, she didn't have a mask. Oh Lord Jesus. Okay, anyway, so they sitting there, they're going right at it, right? And the teacher is literally, recording the whole situation and laughing about it like a teenager, right? Ha ha, he he, laughing like a teenager, OMG, da 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 da, whatever. And like showing other kids in her classroom the video. They're talking about it with the kids in the classroom, like, oh yeah, da 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 da, and hyping up the situation, right? So when I heard this, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, what? And then it's like, yeah, she's our chemistry teacher, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh no. Here come Mama Bear again, right? I know y'all already thinking, you can't protect your kids all the time. Yeah, you're right. I can't protect my kids all the time. But if a situation's happening and it's in my face, oh, I'm jumping in. It's there. You know what I'm saying? That when they get older, they older, you know what I'm saying? They're on now. But right now, it's here in my face. So, I called the principal, right? And I'm like, look, I see that, you're suspending my child for 2 days. Okay, cool. I'll take it. But meanwhile, I want you to do something for me. He's like, yes, ma'am. I said, look, there's this teacher, chemistry teacher, Leah's chemistry teacher, or the teacher across the way, or whatever, whoever she is. I heard X, Y, and Z. Same thing I just told y'all. She was recording, she was laughing, she was sharing it with the kids, and da-da-da. So they went to investigate. So our next meeting came, right? He actually called us in and was like, hey, we found out who the teacher was. We took action. We disciplined the situation, and it's, done and over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got it taken care of. Yeah, it happened. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So move on. I told him the same thing. I said, now we in high school, okay? I told him the same exact thing. These kids are crazy, okay? They got crazy eyes. They're crazy as hell, right? So they are willing to do anything, Now this school, we in the hood now, you know what I'm saying? It's a hood school, you know what I'm saying? So these kids are like, now. This teacher is sitting here recording the whole situation. What if somebody pulled out a knife again, or a pencil, or a gadget, you know what I'm saying, or a Glock, or whatever the case is, right? And then y'all gonna be looking, dang, where did we go wrong? What happened? Oh my God! And it's all over the news, right? Duh. You know what I'm saying? The teacher just sat there recording and laughing. And now one of us ain't got no child because y'all were sitting there recording and laughing about the situation, instead of stopping the situation and de-escalating the situation and increasing the problem. You know what I'm saying? Decreasing the problem. Y'all just sitting there. Teacher sitting there. Then adding it on with other kids. This is the problem. You're hiring these young ass kids to be teachers. Okay? It's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem in society. It's a problem in society. So anyway, the next few days, right, Leah's like, oh Mom, 2 girls got into a fight and so forth and so on, right? And I'm like, oh Lord, what happened? She's like, yeah Mom, and then that same teacher was there hyping it up and told them, if y'all gonna fight in my room and shut the door. And put them, like this is MMA, like she was Floyd Mayweather, like, you know, let's close the door. It's a ring, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so like this is not MMA, you know what I'm saying? Like there you go, locking people in the classroom. They wind up firing the girl, finally. They wind up firing the teacher. You know, go somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? Do that stuff somewhere else. I don't care where you go, but they wind up firing the girl. And I was kind of satisfied with that. I'm like, okay, cool. But like I said, we are living in 2022. And these teachers are saying, oh my God, fight. You know what I'm saying? And like rooting them on and recording them and like all into it and stuff, instead of stopping the fight or talking to these girls and teach them the right way. You know what I mean? Like talk to these young women, talk to these young men. You know what I'm saying? And then when they get older, they want to be like, oh man, I remember that little boy, man, he's in jail now. Oh my God, he's on the news. Oh, he's stuck on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think as parents, we're trusting these schools and these teachers a little bit too much at this point. Are they really teaching our kids what they need to be taught? Joe Biden. Something going on. Joe Biden. You need to check your school districts. The U.S. is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And there's something going on. I don't know, y'all comment down below. Let me know. Am I doing the right thing? Like, as a mama, should I be doing this? Am I doing the right thing? Like, I mean, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Of course, when Daddy got a hold of it, Daddy was like, come on, let's go to the boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? Let's, you know, a 1-2-1-2. Let's, not the boxing ring, but like we have a boxing bag outside. So he's like 1-2-1-2-1-2. You know what I'm saying? So he's teaching our kids. So he's doing his part. He's doing his daddy part. You know, like, you know, first thing he said was, come on, let me have you, Leah. Let's go, you know, punch the punching bag, you know, let me show you the right way, you know, throw force with your back leg, you know, stuff like that, right? And so, you know, he's doing his daddy thing, but I'm doing my mama thing, right? So I'm like jumping in, you know what I'm saying? I jump in, right? So yeah, that's what's happening, y'all. It's a crazy mess. I'm just trying to that's the life update. That's what I've been going through as a mama life update. A family of 7. It's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. So I've been trying to just balance things out, handle that. I think, you know what? I think we should get Leah's perspective. Y'all think I should get Leah's perspective? Like record, like put on camera and let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I should give her some advice as a mama. You know what I'm saying? Stop, you know, trusting these teachers and these school districts or whatever the case is. I think I'm gonna start talking to her. So I think we're gonna do that. I think we're gonna throw her on there and we're gonna talk about it. Okay, y'all, update. Of course I had to close out because I had received a call from the coach, y'all. Yes, the coach called me. You see my coworker, she looked like Yes, y'all, the coach called me. And you know, y'all, the first thing he had to say when I picked up the phone, he was like, hi, Mrs. Reed, how are you? I was like, I'm great, how are you? And he was like, great. I was being nice, you know what I'm saying? I had to pull out my nice card, you know, butter it up a little bit. And he says, first of all, I know you talked to the principal, but I just wanted to give you my side of the story. And I was like, yeah, sure, let's talk about it. He said this, y'all. He was like, well, first of all, let me start off with your son initiated it. I was like, how is that? He was like, I don't know what happened before they came to the classroom. I only know and is responsible for what happens in the gym class. He was like, so I don't know if they had problems before or what the case was. He was like, but obviously there was a problem. And he was like, and Davelin was frustrated and kept on picking up you know, the bases, like, you know, that they have at gym. He kept on grabbing the base, and like he was about to hit the little boy. He did it twice. I told him to put the base down, He finally put the base down. Then he's like, Daylon kept on picking on him. And I had told Daylon to leave him alone because I knew the boy was way bigger than Daylon. And he was like, I kept on telling him, leave him alone. He's like, and then Daylon finally kicked him. He's like, when Daylon kicked him, he was like, I seen it all happen. And he said that next thing you know it, I see them on the other side of the gym fighting. You know, he was like, Daylon was getting beat up, and he was like, and I walked over there and I broke it up. And I was like, okay. I said, he's like, and then Daylon ran out the gym, right? Upset, crying. Okay. There's a few things I want to point out here. That's when I started talking, and I let him know, sir, you are not Floyd Mayweather, okay? You are Mr. Block Block at Block Block ISD, and that's all you are, okay? My son is not in a freaking boxing ring. I didn't sign him up. He is in elementary. As a parent, I'm putting all my trust that as you and as an adult to protect and watch over the children. You hear me? And that's not happening. So if you see, and this is what I told him, y'all. I told him this. If you see two boys going at it, and you see that one boy is really frustrated, right? You see that boy is so frustrated. Why didn't you pull that boy to the side and say, Daylon, what's going on? Like, well, what's causing you to be so frustrated? Like, talk to me. As fast as I asked my son the same thing, Daylon, what triggered you? Like, what happened? The boy would pick it on me all day, even when we went to gym. So obviously my son was frustrated because the little boy kept on picking on him. So with that being said, if you know that my son is being picked on, okay, you would have took that into action mode and was like, okay, hey, we got to separate these two kids because obviously there's something not right. Let me put Daylon over here and put him over here. Or you could have called another teacher and said, hey, can you come get Daylon and have him, walk him around the school or outside or something, cool him down. Or something could have happened besides you just fussing at Daylon and telling me, well, hey, your son initiated it. Yeah, he initiated it. Yes, he did kick the little boy, but that's because the little boy kept on picking on him. Okay? And then he says, when I realized that your son and the other little boy was getting into a fight, I walked over there. It happened on the other side of the gym. You've seen everything go down. You've seen the base, him trying to hit him. You've seen all that happen. But you mean to tell me that all of a sudden now they're on the other side of the gym fighting? But you seen the kick. He was like, your son kicked the little boy. The little boy then got up and started welling on Daylon. So you've seen the kick. But now they're on the other side of the gym. It doesn't make any sense. You're not making any sense, sir. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, okay? You could blow your little gym whistle, you know what I'm saying, to distract all the kids, and they're like, oh my God, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? None of that. You couldn't do none of that. You couldn't go over there and hey, you know what I'm saying? You walked. You didn't run. You walked over there because you knew what was going down. I don't think it was over there. The gym is literally really small, y'all. It's from point A to point B. Literally, the gym is small. I'm not gonna have no freaking 50-footer gym for no gym class for kids. It's really small. And it took you literally seconds to walk over there, but still, and he was like, I broke it up, It doesn't make any sense. You took too long, okay? Number one. Number two, you see the kick, but all of a sudden you telling me now you see them rolling on the floor? No, negative. You sat there for a good little minute. You had to have sat there for a good little minute. Make it make sense, like she said. Make it make sense. Then you want to tell me my son initiated it? That's dumb to me. You sounded dumb as hell. He initiated it. Okay, get off the gas. You're on it a little bit too hard. So yeah, that's pretty much that happened on that phone call. He got kind of mad because I was putting him in his place. Like, no. Don't do that. No, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna say, well, your son's the one that initiated it, and then there's no consequences taken taking action and no consequences happening? You mean tell me it's okay for my son to get beat up and then you just be like, okay, y'all go back to class? No, negative. And then he said Daylon Dan ran out the gym crying. And another teacher had to stop him from running out the classroom. Where in the hell were you at? Where were your fucking antennas at? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just dumb. It's just dumb. Everything he said was just stupid. It was dumb. It didn't make no sense. I'm sorry if you watched this. Bro, it was dumb as hell. He lucky I didn't have Daddy on the phone, because Daddy would have been crazy, because nothing that he was saying was making sense. And he was like, yeah, I understand, I get it. Yeah, we on the same page. No, we weren't on the same page because you had an attitude. I heard it all in your voice. You had a funky attitude. I know what attitude is. But anyways, y'all, this concludes it. I'm done talking about it. We're going to do a life update soon. That was my life update, what's been going on. I had to talk to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, feel me on this, okay? Y'all comment down below, communicate. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. Anyways, y'all, till next time, I'll see y'all later. Peace.